Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, Wuthering Waves dropped the live stream for 2.1 and it was so good. Honestly, I was like, how do you follow up to 2.0? 2.0 was flawless. It was phenomenal. I mean, they added flying. How do you keep up with that? How do you follow up? But they've really tried their hardest, and in ways I think that they absolutely delivered. Kuro just remains in the kitchen, absolutely cooking us a feast. This game is insane, and 2.1 looks spectacular. Now, if you followed along with the channel, you know I do these all the time whenever there's a live stream, do a little breakdown and talk about it. And honestly, we're switching things up today. Typically, I'll start when talk about the typical stuff that happens, like characters, banners, new areas, and then go into the new stuff. But today we are starting with the new stuff because, first of all, it's phenomenal, and second of all, it is also important in discussion when we do talk about the typical stuff. But one thing that isn't going to change is the codes in the description. So if you didn't get them yet, go check them out. 300 ashtrays, very important, especially when we have these insane banners coming up. I mean, every little ashtray counts. So with that being said, let's dive right in. The first thing we're going to talk about is content. I mean, content in the game, it makes the game fun. It keeps us busy, and we always get rewards, which is great for, you know, wish on characters, which is some people's favorite thing to do. So we're getting a new permanent game mode. It's called Wuthering Waves. It looks really cool, but we have very little information on it. They were very vague with it. So from what I can tell is that I think it's going to be permanent. Like once you complete it, it's gone, or it's done. Kind of like the tactical holograms. So what it is that there's 3 areas, and it seems like we can unlock tokens, and these tokens allow us to go into these areas and complete challenges, which is just combat challenges. Now, it seems like from the picture that there is like 7 to 8 floors per area, so there's quite a bit. And also what we can see from what they showed us is that we're going to get heavily compensated for our adventures. It looks insane. The rewards for it look incredible. So hopefully it's not permanent, like when you finish it, that's it. Hopefully there is some part of it that does refresh, because those rewards are very nice. And of course, the more content we have, the better. The depths of the elusive realm are also getting, you know, reworked and optimized, and they keep tweaking it. So I look forward to that. They have been doing a great job with their updates on it, and honestly, it's a ton of fun. You know, it gives us a ton of rewards as well, so I enjoy it, and if they keep looking to make it better, I cannot wait to see what they have in store for it in the future, so I'm glad to hear that as well. And also, we have a new weekly combat challenge. It is called Fantasies of the Thousand Gateways. I guess it's going to refresh every single week, but it's going to give us combat challenges to do, and we're going to get rewards for it, and it's going to be awesome because, I mean, rewards. Ashtrays. Do I need to say more? You know what I mean? And it refreshes every week, which I think is awesome, because when you do endgame content, it gets to a point where you can clear it pretty quick. And when you clear it quick and then you have to wait, you know what I mean? It's like 2 weeks, sometimes a month, sometimes a month and a half. You know, that gets kind of boring. So the fact that we have something that's going to refresh every single week is going to be really nice. Now, I do gotta say, hopefully, it's kind of like the Tower Adversity. We're going to have to co-win with 2 teams and lock them, like some of the events are. We're going to be talking about that later. But I'm really excited with all the new content coming. It is going to be super fun, and again, I look forward to the rewards. Speaking of holograms and echoes and all that sorts, we have a ton coming with that. First of all, we have a new tactical hologram, the Hectate. It is going to be a pain, because that thing has been giving me a lot of trouble, but it is a lot of fun. So I do look forward to the extra challenge with the tactical hologram, and of course, the rewards that follow it. And as well as that, we are getting Echo loadouts. No, like genuinely, like Echo loadouts. They're not just making up some random BS and throwing loadouts on the title, so we get excited just to get disappointed when we realize it's not what we thought it is. You know, because that's like really messed up. Like, who would do that? I can't imagine someone doing that. But we are actually getting Echo loadouts, the thing we've been asking for ages in like every other gacha game. Wuthering Waves is delivering. They're like, hey, flying? Yeah, we have that. Loadouts, you want that? Yeah, sure. It's like our Christmas list. They were just checking things off and making everyone else look silly. This is awesome. I cannot believe they did this. I am super excited for it. On top of that, you're also able to sort by substat, which I think is kind of nice. I mean, I've been grinding the Spectro new Echo set because I have a couple Spectro characters that are coming out soon that I'm looking to get. So whenever I get a Spectro damage bonus 3 cost, I sometimes will like level it up to 5, 10, 15 and get 1 to 3 substats just to kind of look at it to see if it's instant trash, or maybe something I'm going to level up later down the line. So the fact that I can now start and look up the substats and start with the ones I got crit, you know, early on, that's going to be really nice, and I enjoy that. And that's quality of life thing. Also, there's new Echoes, which is also cool. I cannot wait to grind them, so I'm really excited to see them too. Next, we have something that I'm going to be honest, I don't really understand. It's called ray tracing. So apparently with NVIDIA graphics cards, especially the 40 series, which I luckily have, we have something called ray tracing, or RTX, which just makes the game look absolutely beautiful. So that's cool. That's now added. Now the game that is already visually gorgeous, stunning, phenomenal, is now even better. I don't know why they thought that needed to be upgraded, but I'm glad because it looks insane. I don't know how I need to activate it, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do some research into it. And if you do not have an NVIDIA graphics card, it's okay. Because they said that they're going to be reaching out to other companies for hardware and software of looking to optimize everyone else's PC. So that is going to be really nice. I cannot wait for that to come out because I feel bad that only I will be able to have really cool graphics, and then, you know, my viewers and friends are gonna be like, oh dude, how do you have those graphics? I'm like, sorry bro, you know what I mean? So hopefully that comes to everybody else, but I'm really glad they added that. I'm glad they teamed up with NVIDIA. That is awesome. I'm glad they're reaching out to these companies to look to optimize not just visually their game, but just the performance of it as well. That is super cool. I'm really glad that they're doing stuff like that. On top of all this, it seems like we're having a lot of cool events that are gonna drop as well, that they look really cool and a lot of fun, and we're gonna be getting some sick rewards. We're getting a 4-star rectifier, which I think is awesome. I mean, free weapon, let's go. And then also a Lorelei Phantom, or like a shiny. I think that this new region has really kind of nailed it when it came to the Phantoms. I think that the new Echoes look really, really cool, and the Phantoms for them look even cooler. I really just keep an eye out for them and try to look for them so I can get them all, and I honestly try to get good rolls on certain Echoes because their Phantom looks so cool. I want it on my character. So yeah, hopefully Wuthering Waves keeps up with that because they are absolutely killing it. Now, before we get into the characters and the banners and everything with that, let's talk about the story that looks absolutely incredible. And I mean, we gotta talk about it first because first of all, they kind of showed some other characters that we're gonna be teased and introduced to, which I cannot wait. They look sick. So that is gonna be a ton of fun. The story looks amazing. So I am very, very, very excited for that. And we are getting new region with the new story, which is gonna be really cool as well. We are getting the Northern Islands, which just seem more kind of like a visual thing. There's probably gonna be a lot of exploration there, but it just seems like it's a bit smaller and it looks incredible. It looks really, really cool, and I'm excited for that. But what I'm really excited for is the second part of the new area, which is the Montelli Vault. Now, we're still stuck there. And believe it or not, we are still trapped down there. We have to explore deeper into the vault to get permission to leave. And honestly, it looks, first of all, massive. It's like its own world. It's huge, and it looks like there's so many new fun mechanics and fun exploration. So I'm very, very, very excited for the vault, and I'm also excited to see the new islands because they look visually gorgeous. So that's going to be really cool as well. And then of course the story. I mean, the story looks amazing, and I love playing Wuthering Waves for the story. So I'm very, very excited with that. Keep killing it, Wuthering Waves. You guys are doing an incredible job. Now let's talk about the banners. First of all, phase 1, we have Phoebe, which isn't probably a surprise for a lot of you. I think some of these banners were a little predictable, especially with the new characters, and Kuro also confirmed it pretty early on. But running with Phoebe is Phoebe. She's alone. So that's something. That's something. Listen, there's a good and a bad with this, right? The bad thing is that, first of all, Wuthering Waves, when it first started, it had, you know, Tower of Adversity, where it's unlocked pretty much. It's a lot freer. What I mean by that is you don't have to lock 2 teams in and then complete it all. Like, you can go through the one side and go through the first 3 chambers with like a weaker team to kind of take out the easier mobs, and then use your heavy hitter, your strong team for that last chamber. And then you can save those points to then use them on the other side, which is really nice, and it adds a certain level of strategy with it. But since it's unlocked like that, you can also move around and share echo sets and also weapons. Now, if you're like me, I took advantage of that, and I strategically got certain weapons that I can use with multiple characters, so I can have more, you know, wishes for characters. You know, and I have a lot of characters, which is really nice, you know what I mean? But a lot of the events has been forcing you to lock 2 teams at a time, which means you need weapons for everybody, which is a little problematic. If you're like me, you're missing some, and that makes these events a lot harder. I have a tougher time with the events these days than I do the Tower of Adversity for that exact reason. So the fact that Phoebe's alone kind of sucks. I mean, I feel like Kuro needs to understand that this is something that happened, and they need to work on getting characters rerun quicker. I don't care if like a character just reran. It's going to be convenient to run them again. I know they might be like, what's the point? We just ran them like 2 patches ago. But there's going to be a lot of people that are still going to want that character because, first of all, a lot of people are joining the game every day. A lot of them don't have a lot of the characters that ran early on. And then even the people that do have those characters, they might want to go back for their weapon because that's now something that's important. So I wouldn't mind if we got an early a rerun that just happened, because chances are I could probably go for that weapon. You know what I mean? But at the same time, on the good side is that you're making it easy for me to save. I mean, you know what I mean? I literally just said if you re-ran somebody, chances are I'm going for the weapon, which means I'm spending more wishes and more asteroids, and I need to save them. So I'm kind of glad Phoebe's alone, because, I mean, like I said, the story looked amazing. A lot of new characters we saw or were teased, and I'm probably going to want to wish for them. I'm going to be wishing for Zani soon. I think she's coming, hopefully, next patch. I don't know. We also saw Thea. I think that's her name. I'm so bad with names. I'm so sorry. But we saw her. She's more in the story, which means she's coming soon. And I mean, she seems like she's going to be the Sentinel character like Jinshi was. And she looks phenomenal. So, like, I want to get her as well. So, like, there's so many characters I want to get. So I'm kind of glad, you know, Wuthering Waves just forced me to save. Well, save-ish. I am getting Phoebe and possibly her weapon. So they're making it a little bit easier for me because, and honestly, these characters look so cool. So you got to save every little bit you can for them. So I get it. I don't mind it for that reason, but at the same time, because some of us are lacking some of the weapons, reruns aren't a bad thing. With that being said, in Phase 2, and talking about weapons, I mean, we had Brant and Camilla. Awesome banner. Again, Brant's probably someone a lot of people were expecting. I feel like these two were pretty obvious are going to be coming out in 2.1, but I just gotta say, like, characters aside, Brant's weapon looks absolutely incredible. Like, whoever designed the weapon, whatever team designed his weapon, you did an amazing job. You ate up with, like, incredible. I looked at the sword, I was like, yo, why am I, like, freaking out more over the sword than the character? I mean, it literally looks so cool when it's, like, in his hilt and it's flamed, it's, like, on fire. Amazing. They did an incredible job. That looks so cool. Honestly, kind of tempted to get, but I'm not going to be getting Brant, so I guess I won't. I guess I'll behave and save. But it is also really cool that we are getting a Brant character quest. It was really cool how we were introduced to him in the very, very beginning of 2.0. But then, whenever we dealt with his troop, we always dealt with Marcia, that's her name, right? Again, I'm really bad with names. And I get it, you wanted to really highlight that character and have her more involved in the story, because her banner was coming out sooner, but it made Brant kind of invisible. He was kind of in the background and just not even there half the time. And I feel like when you are moving away from male characters in gacha games, I feel like it's like, yo, we have one, he seems cool, people love the pirate vibe, Captain Jack Sparrow, so I would love to see a lot more of him and interactions with him and the other characters, so we can just learn more about him and just, he can grow on us more, you know what I mean? Because we need to do focus on male characters. I mean, when you have bounce in the game with your characters, I feel like it's just a better quality of character. So I'm excited for him. He seems really cool, and I'm really excited for his quest as well. Maybe I'll have to get him on a rerun because he does look sick, and he does look like he has a kind of like a Carlotta mixed with Camilla vibes, and I do love them both. So maybe on a rerun, I am going to have to go for him. Right now, I'm pretty broke. But with that being said, it seems like that is it. 2.1, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. They are absolutely killing it. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to dive in. It needs to be, what, Thursday already? Next Thursday seems to be coming out. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait to grind it, and I wish you all the best of luck on the banners. I mean, with all these characters coming out, with how sick they look and how we kind of need the weapon now, I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you get early pulls and 50-50 dubs. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are excited and enjoyed. Peace.